Yes then people, thought I'd finally do a little tutorial, beat breakdown, show you how I do my melodies. I'm going to be doing more of this stuff on the channel, eventually get my face and all that going, but not quite yet. And forgive me for sounding like Devo, but it's just because I'm from up north, innit mate? One of my most popular uploads is a Dave type beat, so I thought it'd be well suited for the channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, follow me on socials, and yeah. So first off, I like to set the BPM to about 90, sometimes 100, sometimes 125, but usually 90. Always start off with the piano personally. Don't matter what piano, just try and pick a good sounding one. So I like to start off with the low end of the piano, just because I don't play in the chords, and especially if you don't know music theory, it's hard to build chords just from looking at the piano roll. So just play around till you find a few bass notes that sound good together. That sounds cool. Forgive me if I go quiet for a bit, I'm not used to talking whilst making a beat. So on the second time round of the loop, I like to just mix it up by dropping the last note. Just helps add a cool effect, keeps it interesting to the listener. If you highlight the more older notes and then press shift and up, you can play around with different pitches, see what sounds, different keys, sorry, see what sounds best. And then it's just a case of working your way up the keyboard and just seeing what works well with what you've done already. Yeah, that sounds good. And just be patient with it. Keep going till you get the right sounding notes. So you get notes that work well together. Let's copy that. Put that up. That'll do. Yeah, perfect. I like that. So like just then I was playing around with the same notes over and over and over, and it will get repetitive. So if you're finding that's happening, then just highlight all the notes, shift up, just to keep it interesting to you. So when I get to the top end here, I like to just do a simple melody over the top of the chord. But remembering that keep it simple, keep it spacious, as that's a key element to a Dave type vibe. Change it second time round. Filling in again. Start in the middle now. See, to have played that in from the start, or just known where to go with the chord, it wouldn't have sounded like this from the start. So that's why I like to start from the bass note, work my way up the keyboard, and now I've got a nice sounding chord. So just try it out anyway. If it works for you, then cool. It works for me. So now I like to highlight it all, and I'll just press Option S, and that makes it strum. Just makes it sound like it's been played in by a real piano, a bit less like robotic, if you will. And here I've just done Option X, and I'll just drop the levels and all the volumes of the piano, just so it's trying to get an authentic sounding piano. You don't want it to sound like you've played it in with the software. So after putting a few little effects on it, it's sounding a bit better now. Right, straight onto bass line, that's the next thing. Usually it's just a case of copying in the bass note that you did on the piano. And if you've EQ'd off the low ends from the piano, then it will work. It will sit perfectly with the bass that you pick. This is a massive sample pack. I think it was from the 6, like a OVO one. It has some sick bass lines in. I use it for a lot of my rap beats actually. And the key is, if you keep the chords simple and spacious, you can always add other elements later on just to keep it interesting. But if you overfill it from early on, there's not much you can do with it later on, bar take out the melody. So that sounds a bit too low, that. I'm going to change it. Turn that up. Yeah, that's sounding a lot better. Right. Let's paste that down. Oh my god. Now it's just a case of copying the piano that you did before and pasting it in to another sound of your choice. Personally, I just do it for adding variety and thickness to the whole track. I'm gonna go for a guitar, I think. Remove the low end of it, so we're only looking for just get the top end and reduce it in volume by highlighting it all and just dropping it. I think a bit of half time on here is gonna sound. love adding half time. It just creates a cool effect with the track. It can be used for adding thickness, or I like to use it as like a sort of breakdown when the piano is getting a bit repetitive, bring in a half-time version of another sound. See, that's sounding nice. Right, so next I want a bit of strings. I use arcade a lot for orchestral sounds. It's just they have really good sounding strings. Either that or I like session strings by Contact, which is also dope. So I flicker between the two. If you don't have arcade, just try and get a string sound and play something in. Just be creative. Remember, don't add too much, just subtle things. Put it up a bit. Yeah, that's sounding good. See, like, I noticed Dave likes a lot of orchestral sound, like more acoustic sounding stuff in his tracks. It's just, he's not really one for, apart from like the one he did with Fredo. It's most his stuff is like piano, string, orchestral bass. That's what makes it so unique. I'm gonna shut off some of them high ends. I like I say, it's just filling out the track subtly. Like that sat under the track now, it just sounds cold. So next, I like to add vocals. Again, it's arcade. They just have it's my go-to for vocals. But if not, try to find a vocal sample. Output have what's it called? I forgot the name of it. But yeah, there's a few different things you can use for vocals. If not, don't worry, it's not essential. I like that. A lot of it's sound selection. It's like everything to do with production. It's to do with sound selection, not rushing the sounds that you're picking. If you hear something and it sounds sick, don't just be like, yeah, that's sick, put it in there and then that's it. Try all the other sounds out, see, because there might be one that's way better. I don't want the back bit of that riff to carry on, so I'm going to repeat it. The second time round I want that to fully play out. See, like here I'm noticing that if that's playing throughout the whole track, that vocal, it's going to get annoying, so I'm going to copy this and I'm going to drop it down an octave lower for the second part of it. It's always about just seeing if you're listening to this track for 3 minutes, what's going to get annoying, what's going to get repetitive, how can I keep it interesting. And one way of doing that's just dropping the same riff that you've done down an octave or up an octave, just so it's something fresh to the ears. See, that's sounding cold. And finally, you don't have to add this. I like to just add it for effect. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If you've got a lot of space in the track, then it can help just fill it up and keep it interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, thank you for watching, people. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you did enjoy it. There's going to be plenty more of this type of content that I'm going to be uploading. The beat after this upload should be the finished beat that I've just made, pretty much. But yeah, it's going to be sick. Can't wait for you lot to hear it, so make sure you stick around for that one. And anyway, yeah, peace.